Hi everyone, welcome to Follow Your Heart here on the Natural Parent Magazine. I'm Anne Cullen, talking today about breastfeeding and specifically what to do if you as a breastfeeding parent want to breastfeed longer than your partner, husband, spouse, wants you to breastfeed your child. And we might also talk a little bit about, just people in general and their reactions to that. The interesting thing is, we all have a preconceived idea of what is a normal length of time that a child breastfeeds for. For some people, it's a very, very short amount of time, might be 3 months or 6 months. For some, it's 1 year, 2 years. We all have a different idea of what that might be, right? So how do you deal with that, especially for those of you that are wanting to go past, into an older age range, like 2 or 3 or beyond? So, and I do have some other videos about breastfeeding toddlers, so go ahead and have a look at those as well. But really, we do need to understand and explain to others, especially if it's the dad or other parent of your child. It's good to explain that anthropologically that breastfeeding around the world has been studied, and we know that actually it's more like 2.5 and older for normal weaning, natural weaning by a child to occur. Like 2.5 to 7 is kind of more the average range, which means some kids are going to wean themselves before 2.5, and some kids will be after the age of 7. But you're going to find the majority in that kind of 3 or 4 years old is going to be the majority of those kids naturally weaning themselves. So first of all, we just need to understand what's normal for humans, right? And remember, I've said this before in other videos, if we were like other primates, monkeys, we wouldn't even be born until we're about 2 years old. So in some, ways of thinking about it, we could consider ourselves as newborns for a lot longer than we do, right? So just think about that for a moment, that we really overestimate usually what 1-year-olds and 2-year-olds are capable of and what we should expect of them. So unfortunately, many of us, we've just grown up with this cultural or societal expectation that kids should be able to not need breastfeeding past a particular age, whatever age that is for you or your spouse or whatever, right? So the other thing is, some people, even by their doctors, have been told that at a certain point there's no nutritional benefits to a child having breast milk, which is ridiculous. I mean, it's a superfood. It's the original superfood. It's the only substance on the planet that was designed specifically for human beings to ingest. There is never going to be a time when it's not nutritionally sound, necessary, beneficial, all of that. It's just impossible that could be the case. And we're getting more and more science to back up what just is logical as far as I'm concerned. But this food was made and designed not just for humans, but we're learning more and more that the milk your child consumes that comes from your body is made for your child, right? It's magic. It's absolutely magic. It's as nature intended, 100%. So why would we want to restrict or limit that before a child is ready? So another thing I would say about this is, your child does not read books or talk to their friends. I say this all the time too. But if they're doing something and it makes them feel good, it gives them comfort, it fills up their belly, it delivers antibodies and nutrition to them, all that stuff. It brings you closer together. It gives you a tool to calm them down, right? To comfort them when they're sick or in pain. why would we take that away? They're just doing what comes normal and naturally for them. So why would we take that away? That's just our own conditioning and, you know, coming and getting in the way of how nature intended us to raise our children. So if you want to talk more about this, hey, make some comments. Let's get a bit of a discussion going. What have you said to people when they, you know, told you your kid was too old? And in particular, your partners, how do you get past this? How do you get past it? So I am curious what you've done. In my family, it just turned out that most of the time, when I said this is what I'm doing, then that's what happened. But, you know, not everyone's married to a breastfeeding specialist and a parenting specialist like my lovely husband is honored to be married to, right? So let me know, comment below. We would love to hear what your experience is or what else you're worried about. And let's give some support to those of you who really need the support. So until next time, thank you so much for tuning in. Bye for now.